And it's not close either.
No, you're gonna have a lot of fun, and that's the interesting question for me. Everybody's gonna have a lot of fun, right? Except maybe the side of Live Sandbox, but you know, they're pulling out this really interesting tech in this matchup, right? You know, he easily, if he had a lot of confidence in this pick, he could have easily saved it for like a game 2 against, you know, some really strong team. But he's like, no, you know, let's give it a shot. It's like Khan is using this pro game to like test out just how good Fizz is. Obviously, he would have practiced it before, but like to see it just slammed down here into Summit's Gnar, I'm really excited to see what he's got prepared.
So there's like two schools of thought, right? Like either is it better to keep it hidden, or is it better to have your enemies like have to waste a ban on Fizz? Like, I didn't expect this to be a good early game, as we see the gank on top.
Yeah, he's actually going to flash in for this one. Summit will have to respond with his own flash.
He did invest his own teleport there, but the extra pressure from Crocker makes it a little bit better as they find the stun.
Yeah, getting in there onto Effort. They're going to force that flash away, traded for with the Ignite, so...
And then it's sad days, possibly also for Summit.
Baiting him in here, and remember, no flash. Did he even use the hop? I think he already did. No, he's going to use that on the minions, but it does not matter.
Oh,
that is going to be the first blood given over to Khan, specifically, who, of course, has the Dark Seal, and is going to be building those stacks up. Oh. Exactly. It's... Okay, he's going to face check, though. This is... you know, you can avoid the Gnar, and he's going to try to get away here. He is going to be knocked up against that wall. No stun comes in, but the flash comes out from the Udyr, and even though he is able to dash on through, he will still go down. And now Canyon getting baited in here. We got the teleport as well. Canyon will actually get a kill somehow. Taking a pretty aggressive stance on the Rift Herald, and Live Sandbox don't want to back down from this. You see Effort trying to lead the charge here, but already the Rift Herald getting a bit low. We got a 5-on-4 as the Kaisa is in the mid lane, but can ultimate in. Live Sandbox looking for the engage, but DK pick up the objective and will look to flash away, but in goes Barrel for the engage, and now we've got Pantheon coming over the wall, and Khan is surviving for a ridiculous amount of time. Root also going to get isolated down on the south side of that fight, and Damwon Kia just playing this one out better, and even Summit nearly getting clawed out there. If he didn't have Mega Gnar, he definitely would have died, but Cannon immediately going to drop this down as Damwon Kia look for even more. Yeah, we've seen teams do this in the LCK where it's like, do or die at the Rift Herald. If you don't get it, you lose the game, as Canyon might lose his life here. Down he goes, and I suppose that's a nice little pick. Live Sandbox will be able to convert this into the Cloud Drake here. That's their second Drake now for the team. Yeah, they can make mistakes, but they still win, so there's that. Rel doing her thing. This is going to be the second time now as Root walks in the lane and dies. Does not have flash, no wards in the brush. Assumes he's not there, and Beryl says, yep, welcome back to Rel's world. For now, just taking a lot of beating, actually, trying to bait in the side of Live Sandbox. The teleport comes in immediately, and Canyon, again, is caught out in a really awkward spot. He is going to throw up his shield and has the Gore Drinker, but again, it's 1v4, not really doing anything, and this hops over the wall. And we got Effort nearby. Khan actually spots Effort in the brush. They will be looking to collapse onto him as Chum the Waters will come out, and the flash is not going to, finally comes out over the wall, but the damage is there from Canyon, and immediately the support is down, but now Showmaker in an awkward spot is going to get queued. In goes Fate looking for it, but he immediately gets burst down. Not able to do that damage, as now in goes Canyon, decides, I'd like to engage, gets popped, but he's going to open up this engage for his team, so nice little sacrifice for him. And Khan is pretty difficult, actually, for Root to take down right now. You can see that a lot of that armor stack is looking pretty good, even though he does go down in the end. Getting that kill onto the Kaisa is going to be pretty nice.
Until now, they're very secure in how they execute it, as we might get an engage from Beryl here.
He's going in. He's not messing around, as he will get on top of Effort. Effort is just running away the entire time. And you see Canyon gets in that front line, throws up a shield so nobody can retaliate with any kind of damage. And now with Effort down once again, kind of highlights, you know, this Nautilus pick not doing much, and Damwon Kia really taking advantage of him so far in this game. As now a 5-on-4 around the Drake. They're looking for the turn here onto the Udyr. The gameplay button going to be hit there from the Syndra, and that is a couple of kills that do come out As Ghost gets one, Khan gets one, as much base breaking as possible. As now they're going to try to turn onto the Fizz here. Khan looking for the kill onto Summit, but 4v1 might be a little bit too much for the Fizz to handle. Damwon Kia will pick up the one inhibitor, but Khan will be caught out.
And another trap hit up.
This Nautilus, though, just not able to get any value at all. Beryl gets another fantastic engage. Coming in from behind his Summit. He's really barreling down here. Beryl's like, are you kidding me? You can't kill me. He's trying desperately, and he finally will. Actually, that was the Azir, but they're going to pay for it. And there's really not much that Live Sandbox can do. Pretty desperate, trying to get on in there, but I think maybe they just ended the game on themselves now. The flash in is cute. A nice little shutdown there, but it looks like Canyon and Showmaker, the duo, will look to push in and break another inhibitor. Of that sort here from Live Sandbox.
It gets harder and harder as well, right? Showmaker is a Banshee, says they might go in for the final part of the game.
No, not again, Effort. Not like this. Oh, no. They're bullying him. That's not...
Stop bullying Effort, guys. He's already on Nautilus. He can't do anything.
It's big time Pepe hands, for sure.
Yeah.
Khan is actually being shot. You know, he's being chipped away at there on the top side, but Ghost now, as a late game Xayah, is just making you feel the pain. And we see Summit actually pulling those minions out of position. They're just trying to hunt him down. I feel like Damwon here, like, they're almost having fun at this point. They're like, yeah, sure, let's hunt the Gnar through our jungle.
Well, it's just like, wait, what did I just tune into? Why is Khan playing Ignite, press the attack Fizz? What happened? This is not my LCK.
Kind of feels like that. We're starting off with that here, at least in Game 1, with some fun picks. And we see Effort, he's desperately trying to get something going underneath the Nexus turrets. As you mentioned, this is where you gotta fight. The Kai'Sa is gonna go in and try to fight a front to back here, but he has to stopwatch, so that's gonna put an end to that fun. As he will be taken out, not able to get a kill for himself. All 5 members of Damwon Kia will survive, and they will look to take down these Nexus turrets. This is all that Cannon's been doing all game long. You know, he has to take some on the top side. He's not really doing anything else. As Ghost actually flashed into the pit just to die at the end of the day. That's going to be Game 1.
It's fine if he dies.
He was like limit testing, you know? He was like, okay, you know, it's early spring, whatever. Let's just see what I can do on Pantheon and see if it works.
And I want to see more of this Gnar pick or Fizz pick. I want to like talk to people to what really is the point. Is it to provide sticking power and threaten the enemy AD carry? Is it actually a side lane threat? Because if we look at the actual damage being done, Showmaker Syndra is very good. No surprises there. Ghost got really fed.
Welcome back everybody for the Friday's LCK, and today we are starting off between a match LSB and Damwon Kia, and today we'll be joined by Subin Yoon, Victory and Gorilla. Damwon Kia is extending their game-winning streak, and let's take a look at their draft first. Khan's answer into Gnar was Fizz, going on to the top lane with Press the Attack Rune. We are not saying that Fizz was a critical counter pick into LSB's comp, but we can say that in the second phase of the pick and ban, Live Sandbox banned out of the champion second counter Gnar, but still Damwon Kia had this answer in their pocket. And Damwon Kia's second phase ban was Orianna and Alistar, which can also become a huge block for Udyr for him to engage teamfights. So we want to point out that Damwon Kia made a lot more better draft in the second phase of the ban. And a lot of people are now popping off with this champion Rel. As the time went by, they got a lot more used to this new champion, and also the initiation power of this champion is really on point. And there are a lot of champions that can actually help Udyr to open fights, but Nautilus is not the perfect pick for Udyr, so Rakan could have been a lot better answer to be paired up with Udyr in the jungle. Let's take a look at some of the stats that we have to focus on. Two of the teams are actually tied up at the first place for the first Herald percentage. So look, regarding Live Sandbox's current standings in the LCK, it's really impressive to see that they are really doing well in the early game. So we had a huge fight breaking out at this first Herald, as we all expected. It was a very dicey fight for both teams, but Kai'Sa was late to the party. So Live Sandbox went super aggressively in order to win this fight before Kai'Sa arrives. For Brion, yesterday they knew how to win the fight even when they're behind in numbers. But this time around, Live Sandbox was not able to take the win even though they were ahead in numbers. So we have to also take a look how kind of Damakia managed to protect themselves when they were behind. When you are looking for a teamfight angle, you actually have to keep in mind that the opponents are also aware of the fact that you will come in for initiation. So Live Sandbox was desperate for those kind of proactive play, but they were not able to pull it off as cleanly as they planned. Maybe some of the players should have focused on the vision control before opening that fight. So some of them a location went wrong for the side of Live Sandbox before that team fight. Maybe the fact that Live Sandbox focused on the first Herald a lot impacted this result as well. But let's take a look at the second team fight around this dragon. First up, Effort gets eliminated from the get-go. Initiation is important for that champion, but Nautilus is not a champion that looks for a flank angle, so that was really awkward for Effort to come out at that position. And also because Effort died multiple times prior to this team fight, well, he was looking for some desperation flank angle, but that didn't really work well. And also Fate goes in for a outplay, a Shurima shuffle, but Azir gets stunned by Rel's E and Zaya's E, so he gets stuck in the middle of the opponents. And Damakia was able to cleanly win that team fight. So in conclusion, we can say Effort initiation was not going that well, and then Damakia was able to actually find the perfect counter play based on the ability of the champion Rel. Damakia once again showed a very solid teamfight performance in this game. They had some shaky moments in the beginning of the split, but they are now slowly coming back. And the POG will be Beryl and Rel. Once again, another Rel POG for this here in the LCK, but first POG over to Beryl. At the beginning of the split, a lot of people were actually not sure about this champion Rel, but I guess now all the players knows the drill, how to play around this champion. At first, we thought Rel is super slow, so the players would be aware of this champion and then the players can react to this initiation. But as players got used to this champion's ability, actually, the support players are now seeing some super play angles with this ability on his hand. And because Nautilus kept getting caught out in the beginning of the fight, Root also had no shield to protect himself. Showmaker was also able to pick up 2 votes, but Beryl picked up most of the votes. And recently we are seeing a lot of Rel POG coming out, so I can say Rel is becoming one of the critical and high priority picks here in this LCK meta. Live Sandbox has some of them good stats in their pockets, so if they come up online, maybe they can make an upset into Damakia. So let's hand it over to our casters. Thank you.